I'm Justin Harwell with the GIS Department of the Texarkana Water Utilities, and today I'm going to go over how to do a geocoding from an Excel sheet to ArcGIS Pro. So we're going to start off by looking at our Excel sheet, and we want to make sure that the addresses are correct. You can look down here where we have a Falk and a Texarkana. I'm going to go and change this Texarkana to Falk and correct the zip code. You may need to play with this for a little bit, but it's always good to have nice columns that address the address, the city, the state, and the zip code. Once you're good with this, go ahead and click Save, and just save it into a location you can get back to later. We want to go ahead and open up ArcGIS Pro. Start a new map, and you should see a screen similar to this. Before we begin importing in our data, we want to make sure to add addresses so that we can make sure the geocoding process is correct. In the catalog pane on the right hand side, please select Portal, navigate to the My Organization, looks like a little building, and in the search bar, type in addresses. You should see site addresses. Make sure that the modified date is recent. If there's a problem, you may need to go to the next set of addresses. I'm going to double click on these site addresses and then right click on this layer that's inside and select Add to Current Map. Okay. In order to make sure that the addresses show up correctly, we need to zoom in to a populated area where there are addresses to make sure that they're displayed properly. And we can see that the addresses are clearly showing, so I'm going to zoom back out so that when our data comes in later, we can see it. Now it's time to add our data. Go to the Map tab, under the Layer section, and into Add Data. From here, add data to the map, and navigate to where you've stored your Excel sheet. So for this situation, I put it on the desktop. So I'm going to click this PC, desktop, and then go to where my Excel is labeled. Once inside the Excel, you want to grab that table. Just double click, and it should pull it in. You can also simply use File Explorer to drag and drop your Excel file into ArcGIS Pro as well. Now I'm going to right click on our new table and select Open. Here I can see that the data did import correctly, and it added an extra column, which is an object ID. This is basically a number sequence so that ArcGIS Pro knows what row we're talking about. I'm going to close this out for right now. Right click again and click Geocode Table. Now it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to begin, we're going to step 1, look at our data and determine which fields we want to use for geocoding. Since we did this during the Excel portion, we don't really need to focus on this here. Step 2 is what locator are you using? While we could use the World Geolocating Service, we can also use the TW locator to make sure that we stay within our given area. Step 3 is for mapping the fields in your table. So you need to look at the fields in your data and the fields in your locator to see how they connect to each other to maximize efficiency. Now, step 4 is our output. This is where we need to know, are we outputting them as points, as lines, or something in between. Then we have step 5, which is optional. We can limit by country, and step 6, which we can limit by category. This can prove useful for using large data sets. But for today, we're just going to go through importing in the basic Excel sheet. I'm going to click Start at the bottom right and Begin. Make sure that I have the correct table. If you have multiple tables, there'll be a drop-down arrow right here for you to use. And I like to use more than one field. That way we can better modify where we need to go. Now I click Next. Input Locator. So this is where we can use the ArcGIS World Geocoding Service or the TW Geocoding Service. For this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and use ArcGIS World Geocoding Service and click Next. Now you can tell it automatically recognized what some of my fields were. For example, the addresses, city, and state, and zip code field have already been populated. If something is wrong, you can use the drop-down arrows and correct it. And now we're going to click Next. So you want to check all this data. You notice here that it's using a point instead of a line or polygon. And it said preferred location type. Here it has routing locations by default. I want to make sure these are address locations. And make sure you have to check Add Output to Map after completion. This will make sure that it populates inside your map area. And select Next. Now, make sure you're working in the right country, United States. Next. And only categories selected here. So we are working in addresses. Now, if you happen to have Latin long, the coordinate systems are really good for being able to find great points where location is more needed. Finish. This is one last review, so go ahead and make sure all your fields are correct. And select Run. Now, you may need to scroll down, but there should be a loading bar at the bottom where it's geocoding your table. This can take several minutes. After your geocoding is complete, you will receive a pop-up. For my situation, I have 404 matched, 9 unmatched, meaning it couldn't find them, and 8 tied, meaning that it just simply didn't know. So it says here we're going to start the rematch process, and I'm just going to say yes. It automatically pulls back up that table, but this table has been geolocated to have matching addresses and points. So you can see here where it says statuses, the M stands for matched, and we want to sort by category. So I'm going to double click on the status column, and now it's sorted. I'm going to click on it again to make sure that I want to start with the U's, the unmatched and the tied. We can quickly see that the unmatched has no data in it. This means these are probably blank spots in our Excel sheet and just got carried into the table. So I'm going to select all the rows that are unmatched because there is no data. And then I'm just going to press the delete key. Now we can move on to our ones that are tied. So when I select in the table one of the ones that are tied, it gives me 2 addresses here, and I need to select which one is most fitting. So I can click here and say, is it this one or this one? Since the only information I can go off of is the fact that it's the corner of Dooley Ferry and Old Post Road, I can zoom out to see where the streets say. Clearly, this is Old Post Road, and this is Old Post Road. So at this point, I need to reach back out to the individual that's actually working in the data and ask which point were they referring to. Or in some situations, if you've already created this Excel and you know where it should be, you can go ahead and select it. Now, through a prior conversation, I know that I need A. So I'm going to select A. And I am going to go ahead and click the green check mark and say match the selected record. And so it matches it. Once we have everything matched for all the tieds and untied, we can come through and we can right click on the geocoded, click data, and export the feature. Now we can save it into a database that's in our system. This will create an easy naming convention and allow for you to be able to place it where you want. So for auxiliary database, I can go ahead and click on the browse, click on my databases, and click on this auxiliary database that I created. And from here, I can actually put it into a feature data set to kind of organize my files. So I'm going to put it in the dead end main project, and select OK. And now I'm going to give it a name. For this one, I'm going to put dead end main of. You'll notice I didn't use spaces. Spaces will not be accepted as a title for this. And you want to make sure to save your edits and click OK. Now you'll notice that it actually puts it in the contents pane. You can pull it up here. However, if you lose it or you need to refer back to it, you can go to your catalog pane in the bottom left, use the little tabs to navigate, select database, go into auxiliary, and you want to go ahead and click refresh. And now I can go into it and I see my database dead end mains of Arkansas. That's it for today. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to us at 903-799-0172 or gis@txkusa.org. Have a great day.